that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang. West Coast with that gang gang. Global with that gang gang. Yeah, you know we don't play guys. I'm blessed. I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse. I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas they using me. They want my energy. Ain't nothing new. This is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah, they're controlling the youth. Agenda of fusing them, nigga. We losing them. That's a fact. They try to go with a ballad that. Fucking low key with the Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got that. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beer, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, Global with that gang gang.
All you ever wanna do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke.
All right, beaches, make sure you smash that like button when you come on in. Smash that like button. It's muy importante. Smash the fucking like button. Let's do it. Yeah.
Hey, well, we can hold the peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Rilla gang, that's a true name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sega Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest, and I'm tired of niggas. They front they blessings, they want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do.
USA, greatest country in the world.
Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode.
Swolenormous.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Smell those gains? Testing. Testing, testing, testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 16 hundo and 22 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. How are we doing, fam? What is the good word? Let's get some gorillas, some applause around the home. Thank you very much. We are here. We are ready to get started. So, I think y'all got that text. And you know what's about to happen. So drop some comments down below. If you know the hashtag already, you could drop that hashtag right now. But more of you need to drop some unicorns. You need to let all Tessie know that it's time to show herself. She's a little shy today. She's a little bit shy. She doesn't want to come out and play. Come on, Tessie, let's go. Come on. Come on. You know you can do it. You know you can do it. Come on. Come on. What are you smashing today? Let me get we got the little what's up creature in the corner. Hello. What's up, baby? What's going on? Make sure you smash that like button. And of course, remember, you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, so you can listen to this as well as bang your face hole, as well as you could bang your ear hole. So you could bang all that stuff on Apple Podcasts as well. And make sure you leave a review. If you have not yet left a review on Apple Podcasts, do so. It takes 2 seconds, especially if you listen there. It's muy importante. It's muy importante to leave a review on Apple Podcast. Oh, we got some unicorns dropping. Drop some unicorns. Shall we release the beach? Shall we release her? We'll the Tessie. We shall release the Tessie. Where am I?
The little rascal has spirit.
The little rascal has spirit. All right, let's release this beach. So everyone, hats off, cover your nips for the busting of Jeanette. Put some respect on it. Ah, look at that. Leo, you fucking alcoholic. Look at you. Look at you, bro. All right, cheers. Okay, fine. Enough with the champagne. Jesus Christ, get a little variety in there. This guy's drinking every fucking day. Champagne, fresh off the door. All right, we got some salty sack today because we are so excited at the return of the Nuts on Chin. Got some more coming up on the main channel. So make sure you go and give a few views over there on the main channel. Throttled or not, I'm going to keep on going hard. Got some real shit we got to talk about over there on the Swolenormous channel. So make sure you're subscribed everywhere that we go, everywhere that we post, everywhere we go. Make sure you subscribe. So Swolenormous channel right here on the Daily Swole. And of course, if you want to learn more about joining the Swole fam, check out swolenormousx.com. You could download the 7 pillars. You could join today. Fuck Your Resolution special is going on right now. Very exciting stuff. All right, hashtag salty sack for a chance to win today's Swole card. Let's get into the tip. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. It's chilly. It is chilly outside. Tis the season. Tis the season, fam. Tis the season. All right, we're about to get started. We got some posts. My God, do we have a couple good posts today? Let's get into it. We got a post from the Swole fam. We're going to get started with Satara. Ooh, Satara. Hey-oh. Hey-oh. Satara in the house. Satara in the house. I wonder if you're watching. If you're watching right now, Satara, we at the Swole fam, we salute you. Let me just adjust this for a second. Bring this down a little bit. Okay. All right, here. So let's get into the first post. Where am I clicking? Trying to get off this fucking screen. You juggernaut. All right. Hey, fam, quick question. I know for flexibility, of course, yoga and mobility, but I have a really specific goal in mind, and I'm hoping to be able to do the splits by the end of the year. Any tips, anything specific I could check out, etc.? Thanks in advance. Ooh, interesting. Looking to do splits. You practice your yoga. Do the hips and the hips flows, do the hips and twist flows. You have to practice doing your splits. I mean, I would recommend a yoga wheel is great. You could put it onto the front of your thigh in order to encourage yourself to do more of a split. I'm not sure if you're talking about sideways or front to back. Can't really describe it here on the podcast, but you can all drop your thoughts down below. Splits are challenging. You usually got to start doing them when you're very, very young to kind of break through that cartilage. And then once you get older, all stiff, it's kind of like, kind of harder to get there. It's not really essential. Not really sure why you want to do a split per se, but it's admirable. It's admirable. It's all about the independent hips moving. You know, if you're trying to do a horizontal, you could do one of those. You could get one of those stretchers. You could do it against a wall, loosen up those hamstrings. You know, it's relative to all those muscles in your thoracic spine, as well as your quads, your hip flexors, your hamstrings, all those things. But just practice. Just practice. What I do notice that people tend to do improperly is when they try to do a split, like a front to back, where their right hip, for example, is in extension and their left hip is in flexion. What they do is they rock on their heel, which is not correct. You should keep your front foot flat and try to keep your body weight up. Don't lean forward. You want to make sure that you're either using yoga blocks and you can kind of pulse and work through it, work through those flexions and extensions with your toes and with your ankles, kind of massage into it. But you got to practice regularly every single day, I would say, to improve flexibility. I've improved my flexibility dramatically just by doing my 10, 20 minutes every day in the morning. Just specific stretches if you do them over and over again, but it takes constant reps. So let's get a couple. I'm sure some of you can do splits or can do splits when you couldn't do splits. I can't do a full split. It also depends on what type of split you're trying to do, but obviously it takes daily effort, relentless effort, and complete focus. So just doing yoga won't be necessarily enough, but you could, of course, do it via yoga. You just got to do a lot of yoga. It's really just all about what your body's doing during yoga. If you're doing those types of movements to get you towards a split, yoga will help you. But if you're doing yoga for the upper body, it's not going to help you do a split per se. Let's see. My wife used to do ballet. She says you need to practice every day and make sure you warm up. Well, that's general. That's pretty obvious, but that's good advice, especially from someone that could do a split. So every single day, says Mike's wife. So there you go, Satara, every day. Let's see here. Anyone else? Does the size of the yoga wheel matter? Yes, it does. I would get the whole set. I would get the set so you can get all three of them. I got the set of three. I don't use a small one too often, but it's definitely beneficial. It's definitely going to have to do with how flexible you are. I mean, if you're getting lower, a smaller wheel. I don't use the big one for the splits. I use the medium one. And if you go on Amazon, you can get a set of three. You might even be able to get a good deal today because it's Prime Day, last day for Amazon Prime, so you can probably get a few bucks off a yoga wheel set. If I tried to do a split, it would crack my salty sack. Ooh.
Matt Damon.
Don't crack the sack. Don't crack the sack. That's not good advice. We don't advise that. So good question. And that's going to take a lot of practice and a lot of focus, obviously, just doing it over and over again. One thing that I do like for stretching is not just to hold it statically, just kind of like, pulse through it, right? Pulse through it, use your arms, use some yoga blocks. 2 yoga blocks are great. Not to mention, keep your body upright. You don't want to lean forward over your front thigh or lean backwards. You want to be balanced upright. Haha, yeah. Oh, a split's not going to rip their sack. Everyone's joking, Jujury. I don't think anyone thinks their sack's going to rip. Your sack's hanging down. It's not like your sack is attached to your legs or something. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you ripped your ball sack? Oh, that would be brutal. And a lot of people don't realize that it's often those adductors, those inner thigh muscles that are going to be limitations, because you do have the anterior fibers of the adductor magnus, you have the posterior fibers, so it's hamstrings and it's hip flexors and it's quads, but it's really the adductors as well, and those get really stiff. Just think about how often people are just sitting down in one spot. They're sedentary, they're not moving. How often do people do things with that extreme range of motion? So once you start getting into split territory, most people are just way too stiff for that. All right, we got another one from Stephanie. Ho, we're jumping in. We got a new member to the fam. Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie, and I joined up after binge watching Papa Swolio's videos on YouTube. Oh, shucks.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
It means so much to me. I've been a part of fitness groups, a lot of fitness groups in my life, but I really need one that's no bullshit, no coddling, and focuses on good information and good accountability. This seems like the right place. I think you fucking hit the nail on the head there. No place like the Swole fam. In case anyone is eating disorder sensitive, TW, is that trigger warning? No. No trigger warnings. If that's what that means, if that's what TW means, get the fucking trigger warnings. Slap them across the face with that info. You don't need a trigger warning in this whole fam. Just post that shit. Since 2012, eating disorder sensitive. Stephanie, I've never heard that. Eating disorder sensitive, when you can't see something. If you can't look at things because of your eating disorder, you should not be on the internet. We can handle it. All right. Since 2012, I've been on a fitness journey. I started at 226 pounds, got down to 108 pounds. Holy shit. Thanks to Weight Watchers and the inability to teach me how to maintain weight, I just kept losing, and it spiraled into full-blown eating disorder. Someone please enlighten me if this is safe to discuss or not. Of course it is. Absolutely. You know what it is? I understand, Stephanie. You've never been in a fitness group that's this. We go much deeper than this. This is tip of the iceberg. This is rated PG for the Swole fam. This is totally fine. After rebuilding my relationship with my body and food for the past 3 years, I am currently sitting at 173.6 pounds. I love weightlifting. In fact, I just PR'd my deadlift at 235. But I occasionally get the itch for some distance running. I completed my first half marathon last year at 2 hours and 42 minutes. I am in a place now where I can focus on my weight loss the right way. I'd like to see myself at about 140 pounds, and I'd like to lower my body fat from 38% to about 23 to 25%. I'd also be willing to sacrifice the scale number if it means gaining muscle, and I can get my lifts to the following. Okay, you're very specific with the lifts. Let's see here. Deadlift goal 300, squat goal 250, bench chest press 150, pull up one strict pull up. I would focus on the pull up the most. Doing a pull up for a chick is much more impressive than all those other numbers. Just honestly, if you can't do a pull up, then I wouldn't even seriously, ladies, gentlemen, if you can't do one pull up, focus on that. Don't worry about how much you squat. That's child's play. If you can squat 500 but you can't do a pull up, that's still like it's not sufficient. You should be able to do a pull up. That should be your priority. Just my thought. Looking forward to interacting with all of you. Also, please feel free to enlighten me on any etiquette for this forum. Thank you. P.S. I am anti-health at every size, anti-fat acceptance. You have a lot of abbreviations, even though I know what they are. And while I identify with body positivity on some levels due to recovery, I am distancing myself from this movement because of what fat acceptance people have done to it. Good for you.
He's heating up.
Good shit. Yeah, don't worry about the trigger warning. You can post whatever you want in the Swole fam. If it's something that's grotesque or it's offensive or it doesn't meet the criteria, it won't get approved in the group. So don't worry about that. Yeah, fuck that trigger warning. You're not going to trigger anyone. We have a lot of people that are in the Swole fam that are dealing with eating issues. And here's the thing, eating issues, and a lot of people that categorize eating issues as something diagnosable. I will probably say when you have about 40% of the population that's overweight and obese, I think about 40% of the population has an eating disorder. If you're going and eating fast food regularly, you have an eating disorder. You do. You have disordered eating. You're making horrific food choices. So when you actually say, well, I have a diagnosable eating disorder, sure, I know what you mean. But that's another thing. It's kind of like what we talked about yesterday for ADHD. It seems like eating disorder is just getting so gray areaed. More people have eating disorders than they realize. They just don't get clinically diagnosed because it's socially acceptable. It's socially acceptable to have eating disorders now. It's socially acceptable. If you're just binge eating all the time, that's an eating disorder. It's an eating disorder. You're not making good food choices. That's a fucked up lifestyle. So my thoughts on that. Nika, Papa Swolio, ask Papa Swolio. All right. So if you want your question featured here in the show, drop in the comments below on any video on Instagram, on YouTube, just use the hashtag ask Papa Swolio and we will find it. For a 5'2" to to 5'3" female who plateaus at about 145 to 150 for a year, what's the ideal average body fat percentage? I would just look it up. It doesn't matter. How do you look? How do you feel? Who cares? Who cares? You like that for an answer? I'd have to see. That's not important to me. I don't even know that number. I would have to see a picture in the chart. Just look at a chart on Google. You can look it up. You'll find pictures. Also, I keep trying to figure out how to do a damn push-up. That's a more important question that I can answer. So there is no ideal body fat percentage average. You'd have to Google that. I don't know what the average is, probably a lot higher than we'd want to aim for, I would assume. How to do a push-up? I'll answer that question. When it comes to a push-up, you should be doing negatives. Don't do them from your knees. Doing them from your knees is okay, but it's really a detour around what will actually help you. Just like with pull-ups, using bands for pull-ups and using those machines that kind of go up and down, those are worthless. I would not recommend anyone be doing those because it takes away the stabilization and it doesn't really target the muscles the way it should be doing. If you're doing the band one properly, you probably need a spotter or a trainer there with you to make sure that you're actually doing the negatives. You should be doing negatives and isometric. So if you want to do a push-up, start from the top push-up position from your toes. And if you need to, put a pillow under your knees just in case when you get low to the ground, if you have to touch, or under your chest or something, but you want to lower very slowly. You want to lower maybe 5 to 6 seconds all the way down. Then you could drop your knees, get back up to the top position, make sure your whole body's off like in proper push-up form, and just work on the negative. Okay, just work on the negative. So do sets of like 6-second negatives from a full pull-up, a push-up, not from your knees or anything like that. Okay, just don't even bother from your knees. So do them from the top. If you can't do a negative at all, just do an isometric hold at the top. Just hold at the top and hold for 5 or 10 seconds, and then drop your knees and rest, and then hold at the top for 5 or 10 seconds. And then once you can do a partial negative, you could even go down 3 or 4 inches and have a pillow there, and then start at the top. And once you get stronger, you can start pushing that negative more and more. And because the thing is with negatives, it kind of backdoors your body, because when you are doing a negative, you're using the same muscles that you'll be working on the way up, but you're stronger with the eccentric. You're stronger during the lengthening portion. So it's a way to overload the muscles in a manner in which they can handle it. If you're trying to do a push-up from the bottom up and you can't, you just won't ever be able to. And that's the same reason why people can't do a pull-up, because they always keep trying to train their weakest area of the body. And you're never going to be able to do a pull-up if you don't do a pull-up. So do a negative. You do a slow negative. So do sets of 5 or 6 seconds on the descent, and then slowly do, let's say 5 or 10 reps with 6 to 8 seconds or 8 to 10 seconds. Once you could start doing 10, 12, 15 second descents, you could do a full pull-up, a push-up, or pull-up, same thing, same approach. So if you can't do that on the ground, and the same principle applies, if you can't do that on the ground, you could do them on a bench. You could do them on an angle. Just the same principle, the negatives. The same principle. Good shit. All right, let's get into today's good question. Let's get into some knowledge cock. Let's get into the shit post. Who wants a first post? Let's look at this nonsense. Look at this nonsense. Take a couple comments here first. Let's see. Slim, when I couldn't do a pull-up, I put a bench under my feet and I could use it for assistance. When I was at the top, I would do a negative back down. Exactly. That's how you would normally do it. That's how you would do sets for negatives. So the idea for a pull-up is to use a chair or use some type of a support, get up to the top, do the proper form on the way down, pinch your shoulder blades back and down, do a 5-6 second descent, string 3, 5, 6 of those together with a 5 or 6 second descent, slowly make those 5 or 6 reps, 7 second descent, 8 second descent. Once you get to about 9 or 10 second descent, do more reps, do like 6 to 8 reps at 5 or 6 seconds. And once you could do that, start lengthening the duration of each repetition. And once you get to about 12 seconds or so, you'll be able to do a full pull-up. You'll get to the point where you're just doing long negatives. You'll be strong enough to do a pull-up. And then you just keep on practicing your pull-ups. And then you do, let's say you can start doing 1 or 2 pull-ups, do 1 or 2 full pull-ups, and then do 3 or 4 negatives after that, the same way you did before. And it'll just increase your work capacity and you'll be able to string more pull-ups together. And plus, when you lose weight, you'll get stronger and you'll get better at it. Yeah. Love listening to the Swolecast while walking the pup. That's what I'm talking about.
Hello, baby.
All right, we got one. We got another dietitian in the house. That's right, fam, another dietitian. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go, fam.
What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box? Some stupid beesh action. Okay. I wish the word dietitian didn't include the word diet.
Matt Damon.
Matt fucking Damon. So we have another of these fake ass dietitians. I swear, if you see someone online that has an RD after their name, chances are they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. This is what's actually exposing itself. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. These Instagram dietitians do not know what the fuck they are talking about, including this one. The longer the name, the less they know. Christina Bedetta Wheelet. You got a lot of double letters in there. Way too many T's to know what you're talking about. I wish the word dietitian didn't include the word diet. Well, what like you, I use this in NOC. I said like, I wish the word plumber didn't include the word plum. I wish school teacher didn't include the word school. I wish dumb fuck didn't include the word dumb, but it does. All right. A diet is okay. The word diet is not bad. Diet is the sum of what you eat. A stupid ass fucking diet is what most people hate. Doesn't mean that diets are bad. Everyone has a diet. A diet is literally what you eat. If you have a stupid diet, that's your fault for making a dumb choice. It's not the diet's fault. If you choose a way of eating that's dumb, if you don't do an elimination diet, if you don't fundamentally approach your nutrition properly, yeah, it's a bad decision and you're going to probably fail. It's still your fault. It's legit. It's legit your fault. Rhode Island dietitians. Great. So don't go to Rhode Island. They don't have smart dietitians there. Case in point. So strike one. Another Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
What did the diet do to you? That's right. That's right. It's not the food's fault. It's your fault for putting the wrong food in your face hole. Stupid. You're stupid. All right. We got a question here from Yaz404. Papa Swolio, do you have any tips on getting stronger? Yeah, lift more weights. I feel weak not being able to lift heavier weights. Man, these Instagram questions are the pits, huh? Wow. This is some undergunch. Do you have any tips on getting stronger? I feel weak not being strong.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
I'm kidding, Yaz. Do I have any tips on getting stronger? Yeah. You need to eat properly and you need to lift more weights. Strong. Lift weights. Push yourself. Do I have any tips on getting stronger? Yeah, get on a good strength training program. Start with the fundamental lifts. Bench, squat, lunges, deadlifts. I do have tips. Progress slowly. Make sure you got proper form. Eat properly. Get plenty of protein. Eat enough calories. Train like a beast, brother. You got it. Takes time. These Instagram questions, they're not allowed to be super long because they don't get a lot of space. But still, you can ask a question succinctly, and a lot of these questions are just like, "Hi, I like the fitness. Yes, I like the fitness. Do you like the fitness too? Yes. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye." Okay. Here we got a good question, though. We got a good question here. This one's from Kayla Over the Best. Papa Swolio, how do I know if I am feeling physical or mental hunger? Well, they're the same thing, really. I mean, your body is sending hormones, you're sending signals back to the brain, and the brain is processing that information and letting you know and triggering that sensation. What you mean is, are you actually hungry, or are you just imagining it because your body is addicted and getting terrible signals? Bottom line, you need to be eating quality foods. This is where the whole calories in, calories out shit just fucking takes a dump. If you're eating garbage, junk, fake ass fucking food, you do not get the right signals. You do not get notified properly. You're going to feel hungry when you don't feel hungry. You are going to feel hungry when you're already full. This is why when you eat terribly, your body is getting tons of greasy vegetable oil and fats, and you're getting a lot of sugar in there as well. When you combine these garbage fats and sugar, that's that bliss point. Your body does not know to signal that you're full. These are mixed signals that are not natural. This is not how we evolved, which is why we don't have the right information, which is why we overeat. Okay? So you will know, do an elimination diet. Again, it always comes back to that. You need to be making sure. I would cut out as much plant-sourced foods as you can. I would take your elimination diet as strict as you can. I would focus on whole foods. I would focus on animal fats. This is what I would do. I tend to do if you really, in my opinion, if you want to do an elimination diet properly, you take it as close to a carnivore diet as you can. That's the best way to do it, because a lot of plant foods will fuck your world up. And the more and more I focus more personally, I'm not on a complete carnivore diet, but I'm close, much closer than a lot of people. I do a lot of organ meats. I do grass-fed meats. I eat some fruit. I don't eat a lot of vegetables, if any, because it fucks me up. Every time I have vegetables, they fuck me up. I don't feel good. It's bloating. It's just not satisfying. It's just like chewing air almost. Gross. Throughout history, plant sources were what you ate when you were starving, when you didn't have anything else. So you need to figure out which foods work best for you. And I don't care how you end up, if you want to be a vegan or if you want to do, it doesn't matter. The point is, do an elimination diet. That way you can reset, but it comes down to eating real food. Straight up comes down to eating real food. If you're eating fake ass food, you're going to get fake ass signals. It's just the byproduct of making poor food choices. So you just need to invest time into doing the elimination diet. Do it for 6 to 8 weeks or so and progress from there. Okay. If you need more help, you can check out the website, download the 7 pillars, get started over there. Some more information there. You could also plug into the podcast and ask questions. So good question. But that's going to come down to resetting. When you're not eating quality foods, or you're eating a lot of chemicals, or you're eating a lot of improper food combinations, or foods that are just not agreeing with your body, you're not going to get the right signals, so you're not going to know. And this is a major reason why fast food companies combine these vegetable oils with sugar. It's because when you have all these greasy buns and this processed garbage sugar flour, and you combine that with vegetable oil and fake ass meat, your brain doesn't know when to stop. So you keep on eating. Why do you think, let's say McDonald's French fries or Burger King French fries? Okay. Why do you think they fry them in vegetable oil and then put salt all over them? It's fat and salt and sugar. It's disgusting. So if you think that's okay, well, then you think 300,000 people a year dying from obesity is okay. That's pretty fucked up. Most people should not be eating so much plant sources. Most people shouldn't. You're just eating shit that is protecting itself through evolution. Much more ancient than animals, by the way. Plants have about 400 million years ahead of humans for defending themselves. So a lot of what plants have, if your tongue's on fire, if you feel bloated, a lot of it is because of the foods you're choosing to eat. And of course, if you prepare foods in different ways, you can get away with them. It doesn't mean that you can't have any, but a lot of people that are doing heavy plant-oriented foods and diets, that's why they struggle constantly with weight loss or health or other issues. They just keep on trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, and they just want to avoid this idealized thing of trying to, making sure that I don't want to kill any animals. It's like it's a circle of life. You're killing more animals by eating plants. It's very controversial, but it's kind of common sense when you look at evolution, and just go by how you feel. But that's why you start with an elimination diet, and then you can find your way and navigate what works best for you. As long as you're happy and as long as you're being successful, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. But if you're struggling, then you need to make those different choices, right? Hashtag salty sack to win today's Swole card. Let's see what, I'm sure a lot of you are going to have some comments about nutrition. Let's see what we got here. Bella Wolf, I fast once a month. One of the reasons is it reminds me of what hunger feels like. I physical hunger. Sure. I mean, you could fast once a week if you wanted to. Just 24 hours. You could do a shorter fast. Let's see. It could be dehydration, correct? Nika says drink a glass of water. If you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. True. It could be that as well. It's usually good to drink plenty of water, but if you're hungry, it's good to drink water first. It'll neutralize a little bit of what your body might be trying to achieve, is getting more hydration. Yeah, pretty true. Well, that's pretty much what starvation is. Eating whatever you can to survive. Yeah, you eat broccoli if you need to survive. If you can get organ meats or quality beef, get real nutrition. That's what I say. Amanda, I also heard that if you're hungry enough to eat some broccoli or something like that, that's real hunger. Yeah. Agreed. Let's see. Jesse, I'm working my way towards carnivore, phasing things out slowly. Nice. Make sure you're getting in, you get in those organ meats. 2 pounds of broccoli. Fuck. Oof. Pass on that. Yeesh. 2 pounds of broccoli. My stomach, I just got like some stomach pains just thinking about it. Oh my God. Numbers are irrelevant. You sound like a nerd. Me? Who's saying that? Are you responding to something I said? I'm not sure what you mean. Or was it when I was saying that food quality is much more important than food quantity, which is absolutely true. If you're making better food choices, the food quantity is going to work itself out very quickly. I don't know if you're responding to me though. You talk about lift numbers. No pussy fighting in the comments, please. Let's see here. Kevin, what's going on? Kevin, you got something up your cooch? What's going on? What's the question? What we got? Let me scroll up. This is only a place for obese people? Kevin, you're not sounding too smart here. It's absolutely not the case. What's your question? What would you suggest someone do after strong lifts program? Benching 315, deadlift 400, and squatting 345. What would I suggest? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to do? What would I suggest? What do you want to accomplish, bro? Why not give some more context? If you're not happy with the answer, it's because the question was short. That question is insufficient. I suggest you eat some food or pound off a little bit. Get out that aggression. No, what are you trying to accomplish, Kevin? You trying to get stronger? Or what? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Can we get some organ meat recipes? Sure, eventually. Sure, we can add some stuff. I agree. We'll get some more of that in Swolenormous X soon, ASAP. All right. I'm waiting. I don't see any other follow-up to that question. All right. So you ask a question and then don't respond. Cool.
Matt Damon.
All right. Let's get into a Swole Fam post then. Let's get into a Swole Fam post. Let's see what we got here. All right. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a little beach ball here. There we go. I got the spinning wheel. Yeah, we'll get some organ meat recipes. Let's see here. All right, Chastity. Long story short, feeling very confused and frustrated. Been listening to Papa talk about how barefoot shoes are so much better for you. I've been in them for almost a year now. Had to go to the foot doc because I've been getting more and more pain in the joint at the bottom of my big toe. I thought it was developing bunions. Apparently, it's early development of arthritis. I'm 30. This makes me depressed. But I guess I am on my feet from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. nearly 7 days a week most months. He wants me to go back to shoes and gave me recommendations. He says I need more cushioning because of how active I am, and I need more support there. He did not seem to be a fan of barefoot shoes, saying, quote, how long have you been wearing normal shoes? With a little smirk on his face. I made sure to stress that I took all the right precautions to working up to wearing them all day. I didn't really think they were causing the issue because they are more comfortable than the boots I sometimes wear at work when I need them to protect my feet. I'm just confused at what to think or what to do. I thought going barefoot would actually help this pain, but it seems to be getting worse. The doc said I could even possibly need surgery if the shoes don't help. Well, I'm not a doctor. It also depends. You've been in them for almost a year. You might not want to hear this, but you might have rushed into wearing barefoot shoes. I know you said that you eased into it, working up to wearing them all day. How long did you take to work up to wearing them all day? Is my first question there. If you're on a hard surface all day, it's not natural to be on a hard surface all day in barefoot shoes. So it's very easy to underestimate how long it takes. If you're 30 years old, which means for 29 years, your feet have been formed into shoes and getting cushioned. So that's 29 years. So chances are you didn't come anywhere close into progressing into this slowly over time. You've been getting more and more pain in the joint. So you had pain before you went to barefoot shoes? That's probably the problem, is you already had issues to begin with because of improper movement patterns, and then you went into barefoot shoes, which exacerbated an existing problem. That's what it sounds like. You know, I can't sit here and overturn what a doctor says, so I'm just kind of observing and just giving you my thoughts. But wearing shoes is horrible. It's horrible. Now, that being the case, if you've been wearing shoes your whole life, understand that your body has adapted to wearing shoes. This is why our feet are so compressed, because if you're wearing shoes, you have little babies with shoes on. It's disgusting. You're literally binding their feet. You're reforming their bones. So your entire life has been with reformed feet. 28, 29 years through all your growth and development, and all of a sudden you go barefoot for a year. It's like, you're not going to fix that. Your feet are never going to be the way they were originally without ever wearing shoes, period. So it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. So, you know, I don't know the actual issue. It sounds like you had a problem before you even went barefoot, which is not the proper way to do it. It's not going to solve an issue that already exists. You know what I'm saying? So if you already had an issue to begin with and you went barefoot, then yeah, you're putting more pressure on your Achilles tendon. You're putting more pressure on your feet, because all of a sudden you're going from your body getting, I don't even know what kind of shoes you wore or what barefoot shoes you're choosing, but you're getting less support. And all of a sudden you have all your body weight dynamically and statically on your bone structure. And it takes years for your body to build bone structure and ligament strength and tendons. So a lot of times it exacerbates issues that don't get solved first because of a transition that's too fast. A couple of weeks isn't enough for a transition, especially if you're standing on hard floors all the time. You're on your feet from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Holy shit. That's fucking why. When I first started wearing barefoot shoes, I was walking on tile and stuff too. My feet were aching. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you just didn't transition long enough. But take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Let's see here. Papa Swolio, sorry I missed the beginning of this topic. Is it worth moving over to a zero shoes or barefoot if you have worn shoes most of your life? Sure, absolutely. That's what they're there for. But you don't just go to barefoot type shoes and start running and doing crazy stuff. A lot of people just they go into barefoot shoes, they start running and doing all their activities, going to the gym, doing plyometrics, all this kind of stuff out of nowhere. It takes a long time for you to, my feet are still getting stronger today. It takes a long time for your body to build that kind of bone density. for your tendons and your ligaments to stretch again. Because remember, even if you're wearing low dip or a low wedge, for example, let's say an inch, you're still shortening your Achilles tendon, which is throwing off your hips. It's throwing off your lower back. It's throwing up your upper back. It's throwing off your neck. It's throwing off everything. Your body is like Jenga. So you start putting things off kilter at the bottom and everything has to compensate on the way up. All right, this is why when people have shortened Achilles tendons and their heels are elevated and their calves are super tight and their tendons are super tight, they go to squat, they have to lean forward more, or their knees buckle in and their feet overpronate and they externally rotate. It's because your body is trying to find that range of motion that it doesn't have from forming improperly around shoes. Slow transition. All right, let's get into it. We got a couple more posts. Get one more post going here. We got one more here from Emma. Let's get another one.
What's in the box?
Emma, hey fam, I wanted to ask about working out with what I think are side effects of iron deficiency and anemia, or iron deficiency anemia. I was taking iron supplements after being diagnosed with anemia last year, but stopped them because they were causing some nasty side effects. I felt fine for a while, but then realized last week that I was feeling lethargic and without energy, so I'm taking different supplements that aren't causing a reaction like the last ones. I went to the gym for the first time since lockdown today, and when I was lifting, my vision went dark like a head rush, and my ears pressurized. It's a really weird feeling, but it's been a lot worse, and I've gotten sick from it before, so I recognized the signs and stopped what I was doing and left the gym. I'm curious if anyone else has experienced this, and if so, how do you go about working out? Would it be better to do weights first before doing cardio? Well, I always personally would, but that's not necessarily going to solve the issue. Or use less weight and take it easy on the cardio. Hopefully, after the supplements build up in my system, I won't feel the effects again. But in the meantime, I still want to lift. Any advice? Thanks for reading. Keep up the gains. All right, so let's see. So Emma, I'm not sure if you have gotten blood work done recently and all that stuff. And Chanel, people aren't opposed to listening to their doctor, but people should get more opinions. And a lot of doctors don't. Honestly, a lot of doctors are just trying to push surgery. And let's be honest, a lot of doctors don't know the latest and they don't think from a functional medicinal standpoint. And a lot of doctors and registered dietitians just seemingly don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to surgery, I'm definitely not going to plug in or say like, oh, you don't need surgery, because there could be something else going on there too. You could also get another opinion. A lot of people just go to one doctor. Not every doctor knows the same shit. Okay? Not every doctor knows the same shit. If you go to a doctor, understand you can go and get a second opinion and a third opinion and a fourth opinion. Each person is going to know something different. So just because you go to a doctor doesn't mean they have the answer and the only answer. You've heard stories. People go to 10, 12 different doctors. Then they find one. They figure out what the fuck is going on because this doctor thinks outside the box. So don't limit yourself. I would get another opinion. Okay. So coming back to this question. Let's see here. And FYI, I'm not going to overturn some doctor's recommendation. I'll give you my opinion, but obviously I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not going to be like, don't listen to your doctor. Not smart. Let's see here. So I'm curious as to what Emma's nutrition's like. Of course, not being a doctor and all that good stuff. A lot of times people aren't getting in the proper nutrients. I mean, this is one of the important reasons why when people consume grass-fed beef, you need to try to there's great organ supplements out there. I believe spleen is very high in iron. So you might want to try a grass-fed spleen supplement from grass-fed beef, organ meats. I believe spleen is very good for this type of thing, for getting more iron in your system. But hard to say without any other context. I mean, a lot of people just have that situation just because they aren't used to lifting, they're not breathing properly, they're better off eating earlier in the day type of thing before they train. There's nothing here. I'm scanning through again. I know I read it out loud, but sometimes I read it and I don't comprehend it as much because I'm focused on reading it so you guys can hear it. I don't see anything about your nutrition. Bummer. I wish we had some more context. You say you had iron deficiency anemia. It's like, well, what are you eating? You talked about a supplement. I'm curious as to what you're eating. Let's see here. Let's see here. Lauren, while my doctor recommended iron supplements, he also said to eat more iron-rich foods, leafy greens, beef. Yeah, eat some grass-fed beef. Get some liver, get some spleen, get some organ supplements. If you eat meat, get some grass-fed, grass-finished beef. You're going to get a lot more quality iron than eating leaves. A lot of women avoid beef for some strange reason. You get plenty of iron. You'll get all the iron you need. Sometimes the supplements don't absorb as well. Nothing's really going to replace quality food. Supplements can help, but I'm curious as to what her diet is like. Well, Jesse, it's not just the steak. If you're eating organ meats, you'll get higher concentrations. And it depends on what kind of steak you're eating. If you're eating lean cuts of steak, you're not going to get quite as much as if you're eating fattier cuts. And plus, if you're eating organ meats, you're going to get exceptional concentrations of nutrients and vitamins. You know, when people eat a lot of red meat, they tend to go to the supermarket and just get like lean meat. Muscle meats, muscle protein is not going to be, it's not as quality as getting fattier cuts and getting grass-finished beef. All right, we got some more. Let's go even deeper today, fam. Good questions, good stuff, good conversation.
That's deep.
A lot of this is individualized and you only get real good feedback if you're getting blood work done. But again, a lot of people that go and they start eating more meat. They're like, I don't like meat. I don't react well to meat. And they're going and they're eating grain-fed, shit-quality muscle meat like London broil from their local supermarket. They're getting shit-quality food. Yeah, you're not going to like it too good. You might get acid reflux. You're going to feel like shit. I used to. I used to get crazy acid reflux when I was eating just hormone-pumped chicken and grain-fed beef back in the day. I would get crazy acid reflux over time. I told you, I've told that story many, many times. Never get that with grass-fed beef. You are what you eat, and you are what you eat eats. It's important. The food quality is essential. And anyone that's trying to tell you otherwise is just out of their fucking mind. Out of their mind. They just don't want to put in the work. They don't want to believe that they can't have their cookies. Well, the dose doesn't make the poison. Even a little bit can fuck your world up. Even a little bit can fuck your world up if your body doesn't react well to it. Question is, how well do you want to perform? How good do you want to feel? Lifestyle changes are important. That's how you get improvement. Lifestyle changes. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Matt Damon.
Go fuck yourself.
Ellen Josephine, I was talking to someone about grain-fed versus grass-fed beef last Saturday. They are gluten-free and eat grain-fed beef. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're just eating, their animals are eating, you're eating sick animals that are eating grains. But I'm gluten-free. Well, what you're eating isn't. What's up, John? What's up with muscle ups? Are there any benefits performing them, or does the movement merely provide diminishing returns? Diminishing returns for what? It's a gymnastic movement. I mean, it's cool. It's not really, I mean, a muscle up is very functional from the standpoint, like if you're hanging from something, you want to get over it. You know, it's impressive to do a strict muscle up. If you're doing a swinging one, it's more of a technique than a strength thing. I mean, the technique's pretty simple once you get it. Get that hinge, swing up over the bar. It's like upper body cardio. It's kind of like, it's like a cool thing to do. Depends on what you're trying to do it for. Like muscle ups, can it build strength in certain ways? Stabilize your muscles? Sure. It's going to give you some more, I guess, coordination for that movement specifically. Is it going to build muscle? Depends. It depends on if you have certain muscles that will be incorporated in a muscle up that you have that are weaker. You could still build some definition. It could be a nice warm up or dynamic aspect if you're doing some type of an upper body gauntlet type workout circuit. It depends on what you're trying to do it for. And there's nothing wrong with doing a movement to get better at doing a movement. Like, who said that about doing a split? There's nothing wrong with wanting to do a split. Is doing a split going to make you a healthier person? Not really. You could be flexible. You don't have to be able to do a full split to be a healthy individual. Do you have to do a muscle up to be strong or to have longevity, to have mobility, or to have strength or endurance? No, of course not. But it doesn't hurt. So it's kind of like, why do you want to do it? What's the purpose? Or what are you trying to accomplish by doing it? Oh. All right. We got some more. Where's my,
What's in the box?
What's in the box, motherfucker? What's in the box? Hey, yo, man. Hey, man, where's in the box, man? What's in the box, man? We got a shit post. All right. What do we got there? All right, here we go. Fat phobia in medicine looks like people not getting a tumor diagnosed because the doctor, instead of running tests, just said lose weight. It is doctors not, I'm trying to process this. I know it's stupid. It is doctors not taking into consideration, by the way, conditions like PCOS or a past with anorexia when pushing weight loss. It looks like being more rude, short, and cold to fat patients. We need medical professionals to be aware of these prejudices and educate themselves on how to better serve fat patients. Well, you get a Matt Damon because
Matt Damon.
You're forgetting the fundamental point. If you are fat, chances are it's your diet and lifestyle that led to your PCOS or led to your issues with anorexia. Sure, I think there needs to be some better health coaching and a more health team. I think health and wellness is way too segmented, but enough with this whole prejudice bullshit. I mean, this kind of woke social politic bullshit is at its limit. Doctors don't have to worry about their prejudices. If someone comes in fat, yeah, you should be doing tests. You should figure out if they have other issues. And if they don't, it comes down to them losing weight. I don't know any doctor. I don't know any fucking doctor. Legit. I don't know any fucking doctor that just sees you and be like, you're fat. You need to lose weight. What do you do when you go to the doctor? You get blood work done. They do tests. And if there's no test and no blood work that shows that your thyroid isn't working or that you don't, that's why you go get tests done. If the doctor's talking to you and you're saying, oh, I'm eating this type of food and I'm exercising 6 days a week and I'm doing all this stuff, the doctors are like, maybe there's something else going here. Let me refer you to a specialist. Let me get these tests done so we can see if you have X, Y, and Z. No fucking doctors just say, like, oh, well, lose weight. Bye-bye. And guess what? I mean, there are bad doctors too, but most doctors will actually ask questions. People getting offended because they don't like their feelings hurt, they should lose weight. They should lose weight. But here's the thing. Most people approach weight loss improperly. That's what we talk about all the time. Most people approach their weight loss like shit. Most people approach their weight loss by doing these crash diets that aren't going to work. Most people don't focus on the quality of their foods. They just restrict their calories and think magically they'll lose weight, and they end up starving themselves from a nutrient standpoint, and they crash out and they wonder why they keep on binge eating because they're not getting enough nutrients. Their body's starving. It's just it's just fucking stupid. Stop trying to put pressure on doctors for not telling you the truth. Okay. So if someone, and it does happen, sometimes people are so damn fat, you can't see what's going on. Some people are so fat, you can't tell if they're pregnant. Okay. So some of this might just be chicken or the egg, but I mean, if it's a tough thing sometimes, but if you get offended by someone saying that you should probably lose weight, especially if it's a doctor, you should probably listen to them because thousands of people die every fucking day from being obese. So it's probably some good advice. Okay. If you're that obese, you should take care of your health better. It's not the doctor's job to take care of your health. It's your doctor's job to assess your situation and give you some pointers because your blood work might be coming back. Wow, you are really unhealthy. And here's the thing. A lot of doctors are reading charts wrong. There's a lot of stuff that's obviously come out about nutrition in the last couple decades or last decade or so, or 5 years. And we're aware that a lot of the bullshit that has been spewed to people has been on faulty research. Now that the internet is here and everyone can be their own scientist and read this research, a lot of this stuff is not really founded and has been manipulated to sell you pharmaceuticals, to sell you food, to sell you some type of ideology when it comes to nutrition that helps the government and big food and big pharma put money in their pockets. Doesn't really help the individual. We're sucking down vegetable oils and carbs like it's a fucking, like that's what we live on. We live on sugar, which is why we're dying. Oh, but it's not the food. Just cut the calories. Oh, it's not the food. It's not the food quality. Oh, it's just fucking fools. Of course it is. Of course it is. Just the astronomical rise and spike of obesity and mental disease, mental health problems, all these fucking massive spikes since social media. Not just that, but since vegetable oil and all this fucking crap and corn and soy has just been injected into everyone's face. Oh, there's no correlation there. No, it couldn't possibly be the food. Couldn't possibly be the food. Not even possible. Not even possible. So fucking stupid. Anyway. There are a lot of problems. Some doctors have to see so many patients just to make ends meet that you don't have a lot of time with each patient. And look, it's a sick care system. It's not perfect. That's the problem. If you go, and a lot of times your insurance isn't going to cover if you go to like a functional medicine practitioner where they take more time. It's a shitty system. But guess what? The system's not designed to keep you healthy. The system is designed to give you pills and move on to the next person. So when you understand, and this is the problem, this is where it comes to personal responsibility. When you understand what the system is designed for, you need to take your health into your own hands. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You can also get a second opinion. Not every doctor knows what every doctor knows. It's a different person. If you talk to 100 people, everyone knows different things. Some doctors didn't pay attention worth a fucking lick in medical school. Okay? They passed, they squeaked by, and they have an MD after their name. They don't know jack shit. It depends. It does depend. Not all doctors are equal. Just like not all dietitians are equal, apparently. All right, you ready? You ready for something? If that's, yeah, you can have your thoughts one way or the other. However, you ready for this? I don't think we're going to have any disagreements. I don't think anyone's going to have any disagreements when it comes to this post. All right, check this one out. Let's see what we got here.
What's in the box?
All right, this is the home run, the home dinger. Stop assuming fat people eat more than you. Sid, the dietitian. Dun, 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 dun.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
Matt Damon.
All right. Stop assuming fat people eat more than you. Where do I begin with this post? Where do we begin? Stop assuming fat people eat more than you. Now, this is completely irrelevant because if you're talking about relative calories, okay, a power lifter that's trying to cut is going to eat more potentially than someone who's eating 2,000 calories and gaining weight because they're only burning 1,200. But when you go full retard...
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
It doesn't fucking matter what I assume. It legit does not fucking matter what I assume. You're still fat. You might not like that. You might cry. I know.
Come on, stop whining.
I know. Fat people eat more than fat people should eat. Okay? It's that simple. It's that fucking simple. Stop assuming fat people eat more than you. What the fuck does... Like, this is the lunacy. What the fuck does it matter what I eat? That person is eating too much for that person. Stop assuming I can assume whatever the fuck I want. You're still fat. I could do jumping jacks or I can slap myself in the tits. It's not going to change you. Again, stop outsourcing responsibility. Stop outsourcing your feelings. Stop outsourcing your health to someone else's thoughts. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Again, what the fuck are you talking about? Stop assuming fat people eat more than you. No, I'm assuming that fat people are eating more than that fat person should fucking eat. Person A, if they're fat, person A is eating too much food. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. Interesting.
He's heating up.
Shocker. Give me some fucking Falcon. Yeah. Oh, the Falcon's going to poke out Sid's fucking eyeballs with a side of Matt Damon. An extra scoop.
My name's Forrest Gump.
Again, you see how this is a misdirection. Absolute misdirection. Stop assuming that fat people eat more than you. What does my assumption and what does what I eat have to do with what that person's eating? I'm not assuming anything. That's a fucking fact. That person's eating too much food. And the wrong foods probably, and both. They're probably eating the wrong food and too much of it. Doesn't matter what I assume. That's just the way it is. All right? That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, huh? Yeah. Stop assuming fat people. Stop being an idiot, Sid. You're an embarrassment to dietitians everywhere. Let's see here. What do you think? Brenna Canfield. My mom says this all the time. She eats small meals, but when they had an exchange student staying, she told him not to eat all of her special treats. There were so many ding-dongs and shit. She told him, I'm confused. Do not eat all of her special treats? Your mom says this all the time? Okay, I shouldn't have clicked on that post. I don't know what that means. I'm confused. Are you talking about someone else in the comments? Maybe I read that out of context. Let's see, Joseph. I was fat because of how much I was eating as well as what I was eating. A bag of broccoli doesn't hit the same as a bag of Snickers. Well, neither of them are that edible. Oh, God, I fucking hate broccoli. I like the taste. You know, I like the taste initially when Mama Swolio roasts it and you can put salt all over it. It's just, it's not satisfying. There's never been a moment where I looked forward to eating broccoli. Never. Just kind of make myself believe that I want to eat it. I think there's a fundamental reason why, from a children's standpoint, from a young person, why kids overwhelmingly hate vegetables. I wonder why. It gets you thinking, right? Just naturally. Children are human beings that are exposed to this environment for the first time. But naturally, they're just like, what the fuck? Maybe there's something there. I don't know any kid that spits out steak. Every time I've seen a kid, they just fucking pound it. They love that shit. I don't know. Judry, it's funny because that is like a bar sign. Like, hey, it's fine you're fat. Come in and eat. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Paul's Garage. I also used to be fat. I was eating too much and too poorly. Can confirm less and better quality food. And I lost weight. That post is stupid. Their feelings must be hurt. I don't know. It's embarrassing that a dietitian, someone that's going to call themselves a dietitian, is going to post that. How can you be a dietitian? Stop assuming that fat people eat more than you. I don't have to assume anything. That fat people eat more than fat people should eat. If that person is fat, then they're eating too much. What are you talking about? What do I have to do with that person eating too much food? I'm taking care of my body. They should take care of theirs. Fuck. Culinary adventurer. When I was fat, I assumed I never ate a lot, but I did. I think I eat a lot now that I've lost weight, but I make sure to not to go over my calorie limit. Love catching the lies. Preach that knowledge, cock, Papa S. Thanks, Joel. Appreciate it. Here's some Matt Damon for you.
Matt Damon.
And some gorillas. This fucking beach, though. Sid. I don't even know. It sounds like a dude.
So crazy someplace else.
We're all stocked up here.
Ah, fucking Sid. That's a good name. That's like the male Karen. Okay, Sid. Okay, Sid. Okay, Sid. All right, let's see. Okay, all right, we got more. We got a follow up to that comment. She has little treats she would hide and eat, but then would say that she was tired of people being shocked when she didn't eat big meals. She is very overweight. Gotcha, Brenna. Thank you for the follow up. Oh, yeah. Nika, I always hated steak, but my dad scared the shit out of me about seeing pink, so I always ate it well done and it sucked. Now I always do medium rare and it's amazing. Oh my God. Well done steak is a tragedy. You're destroying the meat. Oh, well done is cook it on lower temp. That shit should be rare. Oh, make that. Oof. Oh, well done steak. The horror, right? Do any of you like well done? Like it? It's chewing shoe leather, especially because the best steaks are so tender. Like if you take a grass-fed ribeye and you cook it well done, you're a fucking animal and you should go to prison forever. You should be locked up if you well done a. It's a fucking sin. It's a sin. That's a sin. That's a sin. Yeah, medium rare is a hard limit. That's a hard limit. You go any more than medium rare. Everyone saw it sometimes, yeah, if you leave it on a little bit too long, you fucker like, ah, damn it. All right. Well, you know, the fact if you're eating quality foods, take care of it. Take care of your foods. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. All right. We got some Swole card action. Super stoked. Good show today. Good stuff. And we got some salty sack for all you bitches. Let's see what we got here. Get a little Swole cod pate. Let's give away this sexy beach. Oh, Tessie. Hashtag salty sack. Who got it? Who got some salty sack? Scrolling again. You got it. Kashina. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
3 scrolls in. Congratulations. Yo, won some salty sack. And don't you worry. If you want a salty sack card, we'll come back for this soon. I think we're going to have a lot more salty sack. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, swolecard1622 in the subject, your mailing address in the bio, the email, and I'll send you some salty sack. You get some salty sack. Congratulations. Dun, dun, dun. Everyone say congratulations in the comments. Congratulations. Oh, stop it. I know you wanted to win.
Stop whining.
Everyone wants some salty sack. Everyone wants some salty sack. Be nice.
Get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass.
Be nice. Be nice. Okay, we got some salty sack. We got some salty sack. We got some nut to put away. We got some beef. That's all I gotta say. Gotta close that beach up. There you go, Tessie. All nice and safe. Oh my! Nope. No, Falcon. You cannot has. Protect the beach. No, Jesus Christ. No. No. Get away. Get away. Be gone with you, Falcon. Be gone with you. Jesus Christ. Fucking animal. That's what I'm talking about. No more shit posts. None of this bullshit. None of that stupid bullshit. Fuck that nonsense. Uh-huh. All right, we got it now.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Every fucking time. Oh, get fucked. She's already away. Get out of here. Fucking Falcon. Beesh. All right, fam. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 1622 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast. Oh, whoop. That's my jam. Hold on. Ooh, you like that spin? All right. In's around because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. Great show. Great shit post. We got some more stuff tomorrow on the Swolenormous channel. It's coming up real soon. We got some more salty sack that's going to be breaking down these posts in people's faces over in the Swolenormous channel, bringing back some NOC. So make sure you are ready for that. We'll have some extra thirsty tomorrow, I believe. And got some other things on the hook for this week. I'm excited. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Remember, if you have not yet left your review on Apple Podcasts, please do so. It takes 2 seconds. Drop some stars. Drop a few sentences. I would love to feature you here on the show. Been talking about it for a while, letting you all get your reviews in. That way I can start giving you all shout outs in the pre-roll and here on the live stream. So make sure you go. And if you listen on Apple Podcast, please go and leave a review right now. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. What else we got here? I think we're good. All right. That's it. Oh yeah, Swolenormousx.com. If you want to join the greatest Swole fam in the realm, Swolenormousx.com. Fuck your resolution special over there right now. Look down below. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's nice. Excited for some new stuff coming out inside Swolenormous X. So I'll be giving you all the details. And I'll see you tomorrow for 1623. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Oh. Out. Where's my button? Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict.
Yeah, buddy.
6 subs, had the base smack.
Yep, no, get out. No, stop it.
3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Thinking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 rags in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element. No